Hi, everybody. It is Monday, the 4th of September. Here in the United States, it's a federal holiday, Labor Day. Yeah, it all has to do with the trade union, so don't get me started on that. I have my own opinion of a certain trade union, and it's best that I stay quiet on it for right now. Yeah, just remember, hey, I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient, psychic, so everything I say is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research, form your own opinions, and yeah, I do have the goofy buy me a coffee down there. Please remember to check to make sure you're subscribed, hit the bell, all that stuff that everybody else regurgitates at the top of their videos. So, hey. You're adults. You know what to do. Make up your own mind. Um, let's see. Something I forgot to mention the other day, but it's being kept really, really quiet, is that another African country has kicked out the ECOWAS uh, bull poop. Yeah, the country of Gabon has now had a military coup. That makes it the sixth African country to say enough is enough. They're tired of the EU and the Big Red Sea coming in and stealing natural resources and not giving back to the country. So if you start noticing, a lot of the countries that were former French colonies are the ones that are saying, no more, goodbye. It's yeah, and it's like right now they are saying that Niger is having shortages, but Nigeria is starting to have things go up in smoke for them. So pretty soon, I Africa is going to be a whole different continent. They're kicking out all this, all the French and Macron idiots and the EU idiots. So, and they're also saying, a lot of them are saying, the heck with, we don't like this extreme Muslim bullshit. So, expect diamond prices to skyrocket. It's going to be really, really, what's going on in Africa is going to be a foreshadowing of once they are completely free of the EU ECOWAS control. It's going to be, yeah, all the baddies are being flooded into, they're kicking out the Ickies and sending them north across the Mediterranean into the EU, which started all the nonsense. So the EU is getting all these icks. Well, they created their own monsters. Yeah. Now, right now, I've seen on the news that the normal people, the long-term family generational citizens of Sweden, somebody took a match to the K-book. Well, of course, all these refugees, the dudes that pray 5 times a day, have gone batshit crazy. Yeah, basically doing a BLM riot through a couple of cities in Sweden. Hey, folks, you're the ones that created the monster. You're going to have to slay the monster. Now, everybody has been keeping watch on the blue and yellow flag country. Well, we know that he's turned it into basically the Z guy, stand-up comic. His education isn't the greatest. So he's relying on video game tactics to attack Vlad. Well, right now he's going through and he's basically ditching everybody who's old school. Yeah, his new defense minister, he booted out the old guy, brought in a new guy. It's like it's a video game to him. Yeah, it's early. I still need coffee. Yeah, it's the Z guy is treating this dispute like a video game. Well, they don't realize that if there's a strategic retreat, all that land is peppered with stuff. And yeah, Vlad's guys have a map of where everything's located. But the Z guys don't. So it's going to come out, and the Z guy is saying, "Oh, I'm getting rid of all these people, my defense minister, and getting this new guy because there's too much corruption." Not only is he bringing in a new style of corruption, but by public removal of certain people, he can quietly have them disappear. And those are the major guys who can tell the truth about JoJo. So the Z guy, yeah, is taking orders from Barry to cover the Barry JoJo admin. And a lot of it has to deal with the JJK's job with that Energy Corp in the blue and yellow flag country. So now the guys that can testify against JoJo and all his shenanigans, the Z guy is removing from public eye so they can get rid of them. I think somebody who's on Vlad should start offering anyone who's removed from their job in the blue and yellow flag country diplomatic immunity, and they can hang out with Vlad until JoJo comes to trial. That's what we need to be doing now. Okay, let me go into some other stuff. Now, I did mention Sweden, but now our favorite Swede is, he was going on about, okay, I guess Billy Gates was out someplace, and they saw him in his vehicle. So, basically, Billy Gates was in the car, and the car got swarmed. And it wasn't by fans. It was people who are upset with him for his opinions and his forcefulness on trying to tell people what's best for them pertaining to their health. This is a guy who's a computer nerd. I didn't know he went to medical school. So a lot of people he was swarmed, and they literally had to have him rescued. So he may now have to have a motorcade the size of JoJo's, because people are now noticing where he's at and going up to him and really calling him out on his behavior and what he did. Hey, I might end up with my computer program shut down if he tracks it back. But if it is, don't worry. I know how to work around it. Now, since we're on the medical end, in Virginia right now, they're spotting cases of meningococcal virus. Basically, it's like a flu, but more severe. So that is what is the new thing that they're going to be warning everybody about. And that's going to be the new excuse for face diapers and isolation. And it's ironic that the first cases are in Virginia. You see, most of the dudes that work in the District of Columbia don't live there. Okay? I mean, the city of Washington, D.C. is just as nasty as New York and Chicago. I mean, yeah, it's nasty there. No, they work there, but they don't live there. A lot of these guys live in Virginia. And a lot of the big office buildings pertaining to stuff in our government's admin are based in Virginia. So it's not surprising that they put out this new thing into the air in Virginia. I'm connecting the dots. And this stupid WAP is now talking about it and telling people that, yeah, you're going to have to, he's spitting more crap out of his mouth, talking about the benefits of wearing a mask. And he's trying to force back everybody into fear. And they're using this new variant of Enza flying into the window to control people. So think about it, it's just like Germany. Either you were a good little follower of Adolf, or you were tossed into a boxcar. So we have to stand up, because there's no way in heck I'm going to get tossed into a boxcar. Yeah. And hopefully more and more people are waking up. And if you don't wake up, it's your own damn fault. You're a lemming. Definitely a lemming. There are so many people that were raised in a way of thinking. A line from a movie ages ago had the line that a cloister isn't always just a building, but it's also a state of mind. So you have all these people that were raised up as donkeys. And they were following, like, oh, how Kennedy and Johnson and Jimmy Carter were all good donkeys. Well, the donkeys have morphed into this evil corruption syndicate. But these people are still in that cloistered state of mind. And we have to break down those walls on these people. And they're afraid because go look up the analogy, the story of Plato's cave. These willfully ignorant, woke fools who have this in their cloistered mindset. They're very happy in their dark cave. But once somebody shines the light on them, they scatter like roaches. They don't know what to do. They're afraid. And we're going to have to start gently bringing the light into their dark cave, their cloistered brain of isolation. It's going to be hard. But if we can rattle 1 or 2 cages a week and create people to start thinking. Right now I've got, 480 odd subscribers. And plus some of my friends that know me really well. So there's about 500 people, I think, in the world that can hear me and what's coming, what messages are coming to me that I'm really relaying out to you. If everyone tells two people, okay, we've got this 480, roughly 500 people turns into 1,500. And if it continues, okay, 2 days it's 1,500. 2 days later, it's what, close to 5,000? We can get gently wake up fools and keep it going. Okay? Now, we're also starting to see, we know that they're using stuff to talk to the kids and control the kids. And a lot of this has been pre-planned for ages. And part of it is now coming to fruition in the UK because, okay, a lot of this is just a replay of what happened 90 years ago. Back in the late 40s, they developed a building material, and they used it for their early post-war construction of housing and schools. In the UK, it's a type of concrete that has a limited life expectancy. If you control the children, you control the world. Well, some of the children that they want to control are now going to these schools where the school buildings are made out of this concrete that can go crumble, 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 which means then they put the kids back into isolation and forced isolation so they can drill into their brains this ideology via a computer or maybe a small group at a building that is more of a solid construction. So it's getting, they're pulling the stuff out that was pre-planned. Yeah. This was this is stuff that I think I'm getting the name Spear. Spear designed this. He was the architect of a lot of things. An architect of how to destroy things that are happening. Now, something that's also in the process of getting destroyed is there's the G20 summit going on. And it's happening in a region of India. Well, Ping Pong Ball from the Big Red Sea is refusing to attend. Basically because they're saying, oh, where you're having it should actually belong to this country or that country. I'm like, I talked about how the Big Red Sea created its map of its wish list of places that they want to take control over. Well, you see, Ping Pong Ball doesn't realize that he is upsetting. Ping Pong Ball has the Uyghur population of India basically in slave labor camps. Well, parts of India and Pakistan are going batshit crazy because these are all the guys that pray 5 times a day. And the Big Red Sea wants these areas where the guys pray 5 times a day. They're not going to tolerate it. And they're actually planning on disrupting the G20 summit. So I guess, yeah, the Ping Pong Ball wants to stay away because he's not well liked by those guys because they know what he's doing to the Uyghur population. So Ping Pong Ball is afraid of a group of guys who pray 5 times a day. That might be the way to take down the Big Red Sea. They want to have domination. I go, Go after the Big Red Sea. Stop with the Western countries. Go rescue your Uyghur population. Yeah. Now, now talking of people being rescued, there's been this clip that's been all over. I guess I don't have an Instagram account, and it kind of irritates some people because, oh, I want to send you this. I go, I don't have it. Yeah, I've got a Facebook account, mainly because I play one game on there. And yeah, there's a certain game I play. And right now it's to say how foolish people are. What, it was a week or so ago that we had that storm that blew through California and through Nevada, that hurricane, tropical storm, cyclone, whatever you want to call it these days, that just laid down buckets of water. Okay? Well, Labor Day weekend, they have this thing called the Burning Man Festival out in the middle of the Nevada desert. Well, people forgot to check the weather patterns. And instead of Burning Man, it's like Mudfest. I mean, people are they're walking miles through mud. They planned on being in a desert. They never anticipated that their festival was in the middle of a floodplain. So I think it's comical, but it just goes to show how, oh, we came prepared for being in the desert for 4 days. Idiots, you didn't check the weather patterns. You're little computer nerds. You forgot to click weather.com? Yeah, I'm like, wait. But I'm guessing many of them are like this free love donkey mentality. I wonder how many trans fools. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. But I think it's funny. It's like, yeah, they're going to try and do the big celebration with the big thing being torched. And I'm like, that thing's been soaked in water. What wood doesn't burn? It doesn't. Talk to any Boy Scout. They're going to tell you the same thing. Or people who have a wood-burning fireplace. They actually put a tarp over their cord of logs. Yeah, I'm like, you guys, you need dry wood. And it's not dry. It's soaking wet. So, something else that's now coming out, because it's been 25 years since Diana passed, the statute of limitations of some things have run out. So I guess Andrew Morton, yeah, I guess he's going to start releasing the audio tapes that he received so he could write that book. It should be interesting, and you know, it's probably going to get dropped. It's going to be transferred onto a CD so everybody can listen to Diana's voice, and it's going to go bonks on Kindle and everything, and there's not too much anybody can do about it. But you know, we know that Henry and Rachel are going to be like going batshit crazy. They're going to go crazy about it. And I'm like, grow up. That marriage is over. He's finding other stuff to do in other countries. Yeah, they showed up at that concert for a photo op. And I guess it was part of the separation agreement. It's those two. It's Doria is really now, she's sweating bullets. Yeah, it was supposed to be Doria's birthday party, going to Beyonce. But Henry knows that the end is near. That's why whoever it was playing him there had such a sour look on his face and kept his hands in the pockets, because if somebody always wears a ring on a finger all the time, you do get a white band and permanent indentations. So I have a feeling that is why that guy, that stand-in, kept his hands in his pockets so nobody could do a close-up on his left hand. Might not have been Henry at all. In fact, I really don't think he's here in the States. I think he's hiding out somewhere else. So, and now that he's out of, things are coming to fruition. Now, there's always been speculation about Rachel's mother. Now, we know that everybody who works for them has an NDA. The Markle family is keeping their mouth shut. They've got enough stuff to worry about. And so they're not going to be talking about her. But if Doria was living in a giant female dormitory for an extended period of time, it's basically next to impossible to track down every single person that was in and out of that dormitory while Doria was there to force them into signing a non-disclosure agreement. Well, I guess some newspaper, through Freedom of Information, was able to find out what dormitory Doria was living at, and is now tracking down former residents. And some of the former residents do have stories about Doria to tell. Expect that to start popping up all over heckin' creation, and that may, it's Charles may use that information to say, I don't want my grandchildren to be around somebody who has that sort of a background. And when he pushes for that, that's when we're going to find out all the bits and pieces about the children. So it's going to be, yeah, Doria's former roommates, housemates from the female dormitory that she went to live in way back when. Now, going on to kid things, I got somebody sent me a question, put a question in the comments, and people, just let this kid's spirit rest. Madeline McCann, she's passed over. She's on the other side of the bridge. It was a massive cover-up, comedy of errors with the investigation and the parents. And to save face on everybody, it's just been whatever. I have a feeling that the kid had an allergic reaction, anaphylactic shock, and it would have looked horrible for, I guess her parents were in the medical profession, for not having some anaphylactic shock. The kid passed over, and they, instead of having to go through the hassle and bullshit of trying to bring it back for a whatever, like, if somebody dies overseas, it's a pain in the ass to get their corpse back for a proper burial. So I get anaphylactic shock. So let's just dispose of it this way and say she's missing. So that's what I get. Leave it alone. It's over. It's done with. It was like comedy at errors, hell, everything happened. So I'll let the little girl continue to play peacefully on the other side of the Rainbow Bridge. Okay, that's what I get. And so it's, yeah, I know people come up, well, what about this and what about that? And I'm like, you know, so many people have said the same things over and over and over. I'm like, okay, so I'm the new kid on the block. But I'm not the new kid. I've been doing this since the 80s. Now, back in the 80s when I was on TV a lot, okay, I was, some years I was a bleach bottle blonde. Other times my hair was like the color of, what color did I use? Terracotta. Well, a terracotta, and I used black cherry, and so, yeah, right now, what is it? I don't think you can see, but yeah, the underneath of my hair is green. So, you never know what color my hair is going to be from one month to the next. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not the new kid on the block. I've been doing this stuff since, I think the first TV show I was on was filmed in 80, 81. Yeah, radio and all that stuff. Yeah, I kind of laugh because there's one place here in Chicago. He goes, God, yeah, I know. I remember you being in here he goes, when you finally were out turning 21, you had already been here in the bar drinking for at least 2 years. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, I'm not the new kid on the block. It's just now I'm like, okay, I'm on YouTube. Yeah, I'm on YouTube to rattle cages. But we've got so yeah, I knew back in the 70s the towers were going to go down. It was 88. I was there with some friends and I was just like basically having a panic attack and they had to get me out of there. And so yeah, life goes on. Yeah, it's like 80 odd degrees in the shade right now. It's supposed to get up well into the 90s, pushing 100 something heat index. So I'm going to get outside, put the hair in the ponytail, and get outside and have some nice sunshine today. Probably my neighbors were going to hang out, grill out, and because everyone has to get up for work tomorrow. So everybody have a great day, great Monday night. I'll be talking with you on Wednesday the 6th. Have a good one. Bye-bye.